Hey, man, it's a private residence, man. Oh, nice marmot. Oh, it's Monday. Oh, this is the Big JB. I am feeling crazy relaxed. I had some massage therapy this morning, followed by a chiropractic appointment for the accident that I had on December 15th, and I feel really good. I feel very mellow and relaxed, which is why I'm not at the office until almost 10. Well, that and my appointments. Interestingly enough, my chiropractor said that some of the worst damage that your body can sustain is when you're going between 6 and 12 miles an hour. I mean, that's when you have your accident, between 6 and 12 miles an hour. I was really surprised, and I asked him why that was, and he said, for starters, none of your body's defenses kick in to to protect yourself, I think is what he said. And it's like going 25 miles an hour when you have an accident. And the other thing is that people don't go in and get looked at. And I asked him about that, and he said, well, we have x-rays that are showing that your spine isn't functioning correctly. And he doesn't just do x-rays. He does something called radiofluoroscopy, I think. It's one of those things, you've seen those science movies where they are, like videos in class where they show like somebody eating, what it looks like in their mouth when they swallow and it goes down and everything. This is a lot like that, because he's actually taking an x-ray. I'm going to close my windows. So this is a lot like that, except what he has you do is move your spine, so he can actually see how the spine is moving. I think he's he's the only chiropractor that I've gone to that actually uses that method, and it seems to really, really work for him. He's really very good. So anyway, enough talking about that. I'm talking about sex next on this very video, and if you don't want to hear it about it, then you should turn this off right now, because I'm going to talk about sex in your relationships. If you are in a relationship, in a committed relationship, and I'm going to specifically be talking about marriage between a man and a wife, but this is true, I think, for anybody that's in a committed relationship. We have some friends who are having some marital problems, and I'm not going to go into details. I don't want them to find this, or their kids to find this on accident. I don't know how they would, but I don't want to embarrass them. But she found out that her husband was having an affair, and not with another woman. So I've just given that away, I guess. But there was a surprise to her. But then it turns out that they haven't had sex as a married couple for more than 10 years. And I was floored by that. I don't care how regularly somebody has sex in a marriage. I think that it's an important part of being married. I don't think that a marriage should do without it. And I think that if you're in a marriage or a long-term committed relationship and there's problems in the bedroom, that's indicative of problems in the relationship. That has been consistent for me in every single relationship that I've ever seen fall apart. Every relationship that I've ever seen have trouble. Obviously, that isn't just the problem. And I'm not saying that. I mean, if your sex life sucks, there's something else going on. So it's a, what is it? It's a telltale sign, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I think it's interesting to me. There's no way that I would go even 1 year without making love to my wife. There's no way that I would tolerate going several months. It's unusual. It would be completely unusual in our relationship. And that to me would say that there's a problem. So if you're in a committed relationship and you don't have the bedroom stuff sorted out, you need to look at some other issues. Whether you're not talking, whether there's resentment or bitterness or whatever else is going on there, you need to sort some of that stuff out. So that's what I'm going to say about sex. I'm not embarrassed to say it. I'm not ashamed to say it. I think it's a natural, healthy part of a marriage or any other kind of committed long-term relationship. I think that it's necessary to talk about it. I think that there are things that we just don't talk about, either because we're ashamed or we're dealing with some old taboos or whatever, especially in the church, in the Christian church. A lot of people just don't talk about it. There's a lot of shame involved in it, and it doesn't need to be that way at all. It's something, if anybody talks about it, it should be the church, for crying out loud, because, I mean, it's not like the church has been free from sex issues. So there needs to be some real honesty and some real discussion about the issue. So, bordering on 6 minutes, I better get inside. So this has been the Big JB at Voice of the Big JB on Twitter. Thank you for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I will see everybody tomorrow. Bye.